What's up, good people? All right, man, we're gonna talk about this piece concerning these doggone gold diggers. Now, I ain't saying that she's a gold digger, but she ain't messing with no broke. Shut your mouth. All right, man, listen, check this out. I was having a conversation and I had some thoughts and some ideas that I thought would be very powerful that we can kind of share tonight. Now, the concept of the gold digger has been around for a very long time, and people have talked about women that are gold diggers, and they talked about how she's a gold digger and that she ain't gonna mess with no broke dudes. Now, I want you guys to click like and share because I think this conversation is going to help a whole lot of us on the night. Now, check this out. Now, she could in fact be a gold digger, but is that really a thing if the man's gold mine is empty? It's the JoJo Hill Show. Let's get them. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is your friend and brother Robert W. JoJo Hill, the servant artist and the author. And of course, I'm in the building on the diety. Yes. All right, man. Here it is. We've been talking about this gold digger piece, and I'm going to share some ideas and concepts that I think might be a little bit helpful tonight. So I want you guys to click like and share and do all the other wonderful things that you guys are supposed to do in regards to this incredible time of sharing. All right, man. Now, the idea of the gold digger has been around. People say, well, JoJo, what the crap is a gold digger? Gold digger has been traditionally defined as a woman who goes after a man specifically for his money. Now, this can be a bit interesting, and I'll tell you why. Well, a woman has a natural desire to go after the man that has the gold. And of course, as I have said many times in the past, there is a golden rule that is in place. He who has the gold tends to make the rules. Now, if you have no gold, there's a very slim chance that you can make any rules. Women have natural defaults. We've talked about this before. A lady's natural default is to be with the guy that's running it, or the guy that has the ball, the guy that's in charge, the dude who got the balls up in this piece. Now, gold tends to let people do that. Now, if you have no gold, then there's a very good chance that you are not determining what happens one way or the other. There is a natural default that I've talked about for many years that women have. You have a natural default, and that natural default is to be provided for and to be protected. Now, if you have no gold, then there's a very slim chance that you're going to be providing for anybody. Now, it's very important that we look at this thing from a very flat perspective, very neutral. What is the default? What is the natural default of the woman? The natural default of the woman is to be provided for and to be protected. Now, she's going to naturally and instinctively look for those who have the ability and the capacity to care for her and provide for her the highest. This is just the way it goes. Now, we like to often think that it's something different, but it's not. It's not anything different. It's just the way they're wired. Now, if you are one who has no gold in your fields and in your mines, if your mines are empty, then there's a very slim chance that you're going to acquire that level of woman. Now, this is when it gets a little bit interesting, and I want to share it from this perspective tonight because I want us to understand first and foremost that we have natural things that we just naturally kind of gravitate towards and in. Okay. Where exactly are you deriving your gold, sir? And if you're not, then that's going to explain a lot in terms of why the woman don't respond to you. She's not going to respond. Now, a lot of people don't like to acknowledge this. A lot of people don't like to accept it. A lot of people don't like to even think it, that you might just be goldless. The reason that you can't acquire the girl is because you might just not have the gold. Now, the gold digger portion, we talked about it, and everybody thinks that it's a big deal. And it seems to me that it kind of makes sense that a woman would desire a man with gold, because gold is something of value. Aha! Now we're back to this piece concerning this diamond mindset that I've talked about for all these years, talking about this value that's at this level and this worth that's at this level. And gold and diamond seems to have a wonderful and particular level of value and worth. Isn't that wonderful? Now check this out. If you don't understand that you have to have a certain level of movement in order to acquire, and let me pause there. Let me pause there. And just as an aside, let me talk about this for just a second. Far too many of our men don't understand what it takes to acquire and to have a particular mindset in regards to high value, high worth, and what that means. I talked about that in the training. We're going to be offering that as well this week for this week's offering as it relates to training. We did a training called Recognizing the Diamond, which is a very, very, very powerful training that we've been pushing for a very long time. Incredible piece. And Recognizing the Diamond is going to help you to understand how to see the value and see the worth. But if you've never learned it, you'll have a diamond, you'll have a piece of gold right in your hand, and you walk right past it. There's some people that think they're being gold diggers, but they don't even understand that the person that they're around don't got no freaking gold. That person got a whole pocket full of Skittles and some Whoppers, some mothballs in their pocket, and got a doggone level of value or worth. But if that's not something that you know, that's something that you recognize, you will think that they have a level of value that they really don't have. Then what happens? Then the person ends up getting frustrated. But why are they frustrated? They get frustrated because they're saying, well, I don't understand. I done put all this time in and I did all this stuff, and the person don't have nothing to offer. That's because you didn't have the information to let you understand how to recognize what the crap they were. Now, if you don't understand what they are, it's always going to be a problem. You'll slide right past them. They'll walk right by you. And many of our women don't understand that. You have to be able to specifically identify which ones actually have gold and which one of them have what they call fool's gold. It may look like gold. And then you get that junk home. It ain't gold. It's a cucumber and a sock. And then I glued that crap to their leg and I tricked the crap out of your behind, just like I'm going to get you, sucker. Taking off everything. Foolishness. Now listen, it's not necessarily, and I want to give us a couple points here. It's not necessarily off or bad for a woman to look for the gold. That tends to make sense, because if your primary default is to be in a position where you're being taken care of or provided for, you want to look for the person that has to go. That's good logical reasoning to me. Makes perfect sense. Now, it's a natural default. You have a natural default to be provided for and to be protected. That's normal. Now, here's the piece for the guys. A man has a natural desire. His natural default is to be attracted to what pleases his eye first. If it looks good to him, then he's going to be attracted to that. Now, as I talked about in many trainings before, you can't expect to have all of these things in your mind in regards to what you want the gold bucket to look like and what the gold bucket should have in it, and have all these heavy pieces of gold bars and all this stuff in there. You have to also understand that the man has a set of desires that he has as well, that he's expecting your behind to have. Now, if you don't have it, you have to just recognize that he may not pick you, because just as you have a list of things, so does the man. The man has a list of stuff that he wants to have. He needs to have these things too, but you have to fit it. If you don't fit it, it's not going to match. So you talk about the gold digger and you talk about these gold mines. Now you're going to have some gold mines that have stuff got gold in them. Then you got some gold mines that's empty. Them junks is empty as just a doggone old box of hot tamales and some Micanites that you done ate during class. They empty as crap. Ain't got nothing in them. Now some people that have that, and then there's some people that do not. Are you with me? So the gold digger scenario has gotten a bad rap, and I'm thinking maybe we should revisit that whole piece, because it makes perfect sense to me. If you're a gold digger, that sounds like somebody who's looking for something that got some value and worth. So what happens when you taking your proverbial shovel and you going and you digging, man, and there ain't nothing in there? You done wasted a whole bunch of time. So you have to first recognize the type of ground. There's some people that are just incapable of recognizing the kind of ground that they're supposed to be investing their time in. We had Valentine's Day this weekend. There was a whole lot of empty beds and cold ankles all across this country. It was just cold feet and ankles everywhere. They didn't have a dog, nobody. And this is your 29th Valentine's Day by yourself because you haven't been able to properly recognize the people that you're supposed to be connected with. Now, it's not that it's an absence of men or it's an absence of women. I don't believe that. I hear people say that often. Well, there ain't no good dudes. I don't believe that. And this is just as an aside. Let me point this up. I have a very dear friend and a guy who I've known for a very long time, who has walked into a potentially wonderful scenario. This young lady, and it didn't take a long time. And I've been talking to him and and sharing some ideas and concepts for all these years. See, it doesn't take a man a long time. And I want you guys to understand there is a difference. There's a difference between a man and a male. There's a very, very, very distinct difference between those two. You can have a male species, and then you have a man. A man is a matured, thinking, moving, walking male. He understands value and worth. He understands from a perspective of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. He has been vetted. He thinks a certain kind of way. He moves a certain kind of way. So you cannot expect just any male to fit. Do you understand what the crap I'm telling you? If you don't move from this point of thinking that every male or every male species is interchangeable, you're gonna be swole because you'll be thinking that them junks is gold mines and they not. Them some potholes in your lawn. Some potholes in your freaking lawn. You have to understand what I'm saying because there's differences. But if you can't recognize the differences, if you don't understand what those differences are, you will think that those people are all interchangeable, but they're not interchangeable. They're very distinct. The movements are very, very, very distinct. Now, what happened with this young man? Met a young lady, and he didn't have to go through a whole bunch of people. He didn't have to go through a whole bunch of trying to figure out what he was going to do. No, man, the process happened very quickly. I told you guys, we get results. My whole piece is results. And within a few days almost, he was able to go from not being in a situation to being in a situation and had an incredible Valentine's Day. Right off the market, just got off the market, and it was another young lady reached back out to him. Hey, what's up? What you doing for Valentine's? He said, man, listen, man, I'm gone. You waited too long. You didn't recognize what you had in your presence. A lot of times people will have these things right in their face, but they won't recognize what the crap they are. They don't even know what they are. They'll have people that they should have been connecting their behinds with, but they didn't because you think all of these other things are what's locking these dudes in, but it's not. You can't show up with all these things that you think is going to be the piece for that man. No, men have a very specific type of thinking. Certain things it's things that we respond to. We respond to a soft answer. Men respond to that. If you got a loud mouth, he's not going to respond to you. He will move on, particularly a guy that understands how much gold he got. Particularly the guy that understands that, he ain't gonna stick around for that. See, the problem is you think you can a lot of our women think that they can just give the man what they think he's supposed to have and think he's going to expect it. Not a man. A man is not going to do that. Not a person that understands what the crap he got in his fields. And a lot of you guys have been, our ladies have been lonely as crap because they won't make the adjustment. You have to make the adjustment. If the idea and the concept is to land in a position where those that have the gold will let you dig in their freaking minds to even have access to it. You're just not going to get access to a person that understands what the crap they have. They understand what they feel is. They just don't give you that. That's a myth. If you think that, you're freaking delusional. It's just not going to happen. Now, I'm going to show you guys some stuff that's very, very, very powerful. Once you understand that you have a certain default that you absolutely must tie into, right? It's a certain default. Once you understand that, you'll begin to move and you'll properly navigate from the understanding of these defaults. So it was Marcus Aurelius who said that you have to always ask the question, what is a thing in and of itself? In other words, at its root level, what is it? If you tear all the stuff off of it, what is that thing? What is it in and of itself? All right. If you know the nature of the woman, gentlemen, then you'll know how to properly navigate and present her only with the things that she requires. Ladies, if you understand the nature of a man, you'll only present the man with the things that you know he desires. The problem is a great portion of our women keep trying to present things to our men that the men don't desire. A man that knows his value, a man that understands his worth, as it were, this diamond, as it were, that I've talked about for many years, he's not going to let you do anything. You can't just talk to that guy any kind of way. You can't do it. He won't listen to you. What the crap are you talking about? Well, I heard I had one of my folks said that someone told her, well, you didn't let your husband be a man. I said, what the crap did that mean? You don't let a man be a man. A man is a man. What the crap who told you that? A man functions with the energy of a man all the time. A man only bumps into the competition dynamic when a man is presented with other masculine energy. So if you're a woman, but you're presenting like a man, you're going to create competition with that dude. So he's not going to want to give you access to a doggone thing. He will leave your behind out there by your freaking self. Just stop the car and get the crap out. I love what Eddie Murphy said. It used to be a time the girl used to say, let me out here. And the guy would be like, oh, no, we won't have any of that. Not today. Not in 2020. Girl be like, let me out. Dude be like, get the crap out. And leave your behind standing right on the side of the road, because a man operates in a different energy. His energy is different. But if you don't know that, if you don't understand and know that, if you don't recognize that, you'll operate from a different perspective. You'll think that you can just throw anything to them and they're going to accept it. Not a man. Man is not going to do that. So if you are in fact a gold digger, and I want us to almost shift the definition. I almost want to shift this definition. I remember telling my mama concerning one of my one of my family members. I said my mama was talking about, oh yeah, she's doing wonderful. She's got a wonderful young man. I said, hold it, mama. I said, now it just looked like to me, this particular person always seems to have this kind of person. She said, well, what that mean? I said, well, mama, I'm not saying she's a gold digger, but she ain't messing with no broke nigga. My mama start cracking up. I miss my mama. But listen, now I want to kind of reframe this definition, because it makes perfect sense. If a woman's default is to be provided for, that she seek those that have the gold. That makes perfect sense to me. So it seems like we've, for a very long time, had a very twisted perspective in regards to the gold digger dynamic, because we don't understand what it takes. We don't understand often that it requires certain levels of operation. You see? Oh, I'm gonna respond. That's why you have a dude who looks like like somebody hit him in the face with a ugly bat and then dipped him in no. And he got plenty of money, and that girl be he just treat me so nice. That's called a check, honey. That's a check. Checks make people look a little bit better. If the more gold he got, the nicer he seems to look, feel, and act. Particularly when you have a default that requires provision, because you're like, oh man, well shoot, I can get past someone. He don't have, because sometimes when he wake up, he just look a little bit better. That's called gold. Crap out of here. That's called gold, man. Now, And I want us to understand this now, and I'm going to show you guys this piece. I want you guys to make sure you go to the website and support. There's a special that we're offering with the Recognizing the Diamond. Now you have to use the promo code of Golden Lady. Use the promo code of Golden Lady, and you'll get 50 cents off of the Recognizing the Diamond piece. In fact, we're going to show you that piece here, so you can kind of take a look at it and see what in the ham and cheese that piece is all about. Yeah, let's pop over that one so they can see it. All right. The website, rwjojohill.com, rwjojohill.com, and this is 50% off of the Recognizing the Diamond training. Now, in the Recognizing the Diamond training, it's going to give you 12 keys to identifying value and worth on the dating to marriage journey. The gold diggers are often looking for security, gentlemen. They're looking for security and provision. No woman that I've counseled with, had conversations with, meetings or what have you, I have not yet run into a woman. I'm not saying that all women fit this qualification or fit this, but in my time and in my research and in my conversations and counseling, I've not seen one. I've not yet seen a woman who chooses to handle all of her life responsibilities by herself, particularly financially. I've not yet met one. Now, I hear a lot of people talking about how wonderfully independent they are and how strong they are and how I don't need no, I've heard all of that. And at the end of the doggone day, I have not yet met one that thinks that they can do it by themselves. If they could choose to have some help and a doggone assistance, they will. Now, in the Recognizing the Diamond training, one of the things that we talked about in there is the type of people that will be attracted to you as a diamond. So if you are a diamond, now remember, the diamond is equivalent to a man that has high value, high worth, and he understands what the crap he is, where he's going, his direction and all that. The woman that fits into this diamond category will be one that functions in wisdom. She functions in just understanding how to properly navigate with the relationship of an extremely strong man. Now, it doesn't mean that you're weak. We're just talking about position. Strong is just a position. But if you don't understand those roles and those positions, it's always going to be a problem, because what will happen is you'll believe that all these other qualifications that you're bringing in there, or that you think that has some type of value to this person, is going to mean something. It don't. How many times have you guys seen or heard about some dude? He'll just walk right. It can be a president of some major corporation. He'll walk into a doggone McDonald's, and the girl be back there putting some salt on fries, and he'll be like, "Golly, she's dope." You start talking to her. Hey, how much they pay you here? I mean, I make like, I don't know, 17,000 or 10,000 or something. He'd be like, I'll give you $20,000 to stop working here right now. And you just walk the crap out. And that dude, with just a look or a glance, we've seen it often, will walk right into that situation, take that woman out of that environment, and take care of her. And if she's smart and she knows how to properly navigate the relationship with a man, she will be completely taken care of and taken out of that situation, and she'll go right out of living in a one-bedroom apartment and living in a doggone a mansion. Now watch. That person can be a CEO, have all this loot and all that whole deal, and he'll be willing to do that. Now flip it. Now let a woman walk in there that's the CEO of a freaking company and see a dude back there working on fries. He'd be like, "Hey, how you doing?" She'd be like, "Please." Get the crap out of here. She'd be like, "You working fries. You can't do nothing for me." You see that? Even if she had her own stuff. Now watch this. It doesn't work in reverse. I'm going to say this again. Listen, it does not work in reverse. It doesn't work in reverse. Like, I wish I can tell you guys something different. It doesn't. It doesn't work the opposite way. A man can do that because that's our default. Our default is to be providers. So if a man has gold and a chick recognizes that a mug has gold, she will only be smart to want to connect herself to the dude to get the freaking gold. Because he who has the gold makes the freaking rules. Understand, if he has the gold, he's going to make the freaking rules. And if a woman is smart, if she's functioning in her feminine, in her wisdom, she'll be like, oh man, yeah, I got to connect with him. I ain't gonna be over here trying to act like I'm him. She act like she can't do stuff. Could you open this for me? He'd be like, oh yes, I can open. Yes. I didn't know. I was just thinking. And he'd be like, oh, because he wants to come in and be Captain Save. That's his thing. I gotta save him a mug. I was gonna say something else, but I ain't gonna say it right now. I ain't gonna do it. Now, here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. It's not uncommon for a man that has his own stuff, his own resources. I mean, obviously, this is just the characteristic of a man. I don't even say it like that. Men have their own stuff. Men don't move in with chicks. I told someone yesterday, there's no freaking way possible I'm moving in with no doggone girl. Are you out of your freaking mind? Because here's what happens. Gentlemen, I'm going to say this to y'all. And ladies, y'all can tell your friends this and all your cousins and everybody. If a man moves the crap in with a woman, she subconsciously reduces him down to a child in her mind. Now, I know I'm going to get kicked back and pushed back on that, but I don't really give a crap. You can't do that. Gentlemen, if you have to walk into a one-bedroom apartment that's got a refrigerator box in the center of it, if it's yours, she got to roll with that. Man, forget all that crap. You can't. Because if she ever get pissed, she going to say, get the crap out of where? My crib. Get the crap out of my what? My car. Men don't do that. You can't do that. You can't. Listen, understand your grade. Understand your level. Everybody has a grade and a doggone level. Now, if you don't recognize that certain people fit certain categories and in certain brackets, you'll be trying to roll with somebody that's a 12th grader, but you in the 2nd grade. No, recognize your grade. Now, if that's too much, if you know that person can't roll, you got to pick somebody else. It's too many humans on the earth. You got to pick somebody else. Because even if the woman, okay, she has her own stuff. She got her own blah, 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 blah. A woman can't submit to a man that's beneath her. She's not going to do it. Gentlemen, she's not going to do it. Knock it off. Knock it off. You can't be thinking like, well, man, she got a crib. I'm going to go get my bag and come. Why do you think that they come to the left, take everything you had is in a box. Everything that you had is in a box to the left. Are you out of your freaking mind? That means everything that you brought could fit into a freaking box. She don't respect you. She may accept you leaning her forward for a little while. She may accept you pushing her forward for a while. But eventually that crap ain't going to last. It's going to wear off. Eventually she's going to be like, no, I can't. No. If she's walking in, I make X amount of dollars, man, you better come in there making more money. Well, I already got it. Well, you can do whatever the crap you want. I got this house and you coming over here. Because she can't subconsciously do it. Gentlemen, I'm telling you, if y'all do this crap, y'all gonna lose. And ladies, y'all know it. So y'all better stop freaking going through this thing. See, here's the deal. Y'all have to stop allowing this foolishness, because what's happening, you're allowing a character flaw and a character trait that's going to be very, very adverse right off the rip. When he carries his bag with his doggone PlayStation in your crib, you already pissed in the back of your mind. You don't even know it. You just pissed in your mind. You already pissed. So just stop doing it. You can't connect with people like this, because that gold digger trait, it's just the need to be properly provided for. That's really what it is. So what people have defined for years has been a very negative trait concerning the gold digger piece. I don't necessarily know that I feel like that anymore. It seems like it makes very good sense that a woman would be a gold digger. She would want somebody who had the gold because of her default. What's the default, Jojo? The default is that women need to be provided for outside of their resources. That's freaking just the way it is. Well, she make more money than me. Well, you better make more money. If you want to be with that girl, you better make more. You figure out how to make more money. Well, I mean, I'm just getting myself together. Well, listen, dude, you better find a chick that's on that same place, because if you don't, you're gonna lose, because she's gonna eventually flip. Because that trait, that gold digger trait, is gonna stick his head up. I'm telling you. If y'all don't understand, if y'all don't recognize this crap, I don't know what to freaking tell you. You're gonna lose your junk, because it's just a matter of time before she flips back to her default. And ladies, in that same way, you have to also understand, a man that has his stuff, he got all his crap together, he's making his doggone bread, he's consistent, blah, blah, blah. Listen to me very closely. He also has desires. He also has things that he'd like to see. It's a certain thing, it's a certain energy that he craves. I was telling someone this before. Every man craves a nest with no thorns in it. You can't present a man with a environment that makes him, he's like, he can't relax. All you do is get on this dude freaking nerve. He gonna dip. I'm telling you. Y'all don't like to think it. He was just a. You knew that when you hooked up with him, because your behind ignored it. You was more concerned about getting your legs pent behind your shoulders than you were paying attention to what this guy, his default movements were. See, every male is not a man. It's just not. Every male is not a man. It's just not the way it goes. So here's what's going to happen. You'll begin to get very frustrated. Why? Because in your heart, you're a gold digger. Now redefine it. Don't freak out over the definition. Now, there's some people that have a very horrible and jacked up movement in regards to that whole gold digger piece. First they act like they don't like you, then they find out you got something, then they try to like you. That's a little bit interesting, and then that can get a little bit strange, and I get it, but at its root, it's still the same. It's still the same, because it has to do with provision and security. She wants that provision, she wants that security. Now some people just want, oh, I want a Birkin bag. Dude, listen, get the crap. That's relative. That's low level. I'm talking about those that seek to have what a man naturally provides. Men naturally provide stuff. We do. We come to the table. Oh, you need, okay, we got you. This is what we do. So you can't spaz out, gentlemen, when she's looking at what type of resource base that you carry, because she's really wanting to know, are you going to be able to take care of her? Can she drop her shoulders for once? Because many of our women, they can't do that. Most of our women are in the workforce. Most of our women are trying to do things to provide for themselves what they wish they were provided for outside of that. And of course, you have some people that just choose to do that. They just want to do that because they just want to make their whatever their contributions are. And I get that. That's cool. No worries about that. But by and large, it has to be an overall thinking and understanding. This is how this goes down. And as a man, this is the kind of gold that I'm bringing. Gold is valuable, man. There's a lot of stuff you can do with gold that you can't do with wheat and straw. There's a whole lot more that you can free. There's a whole lot more you can do. It's a natural position, natural defaults. I was sharing with someone today. I said, if you have a man that you've connected yourself to, but that man is not giving you all those things that you need, subconsciously you begin to despise that man. Because in your heart, way down in the parts that you don't want to mention, in the parts that you don't want to talk about, ladies, it's a part in there that you really wish that you could just do this. You just wish you could do that. And if you feel like you can't, you subconsciously, you begin to resent that man. So then you have a problem. So what then becomes the problem? You start saying stuff like, well, I mean, if you here or not, I don't need you. That's a problem. If you're here or not, I don't need you. Okay, well, what the crap did you connect yourself to? What did you connect yourself to, gold digger? What did you connect yourself to? Did you connect yourself to a field or a doggone gold mine that was empty? You probably did, because what happens, I talked about that fool's gold thing. Fool gold, it looks like gold. and you get it, you like, oh man, I done hit the jackpot. And you take that crap to a doggone place where they supposed to evaluate the gold and the diamonds. They be like, man, this is some doggone wood. You can be like, but listen, I know several people. I know several people who've gotten connected with men or with males. I ain't gonna even call them men. They've gotten connected with some doggone dudes, and they, oh well, yeah, we gonna get married. Then and get married these people, and they put some doggone crap on their finger. That junk, it looked wonderful. It was a big giant. They said, oh yes, oh look at all this crap. And when the stuff went weird, they said, well, at least I got this big old ring. They went dragging that ring over to the doggone place, and the people looked at that thing and said, this thing is worth $50. Just like Bo Diddley said on doggone Trading Places in Philadelphia, this thing is worth $50. Like, wait a minute, hold on, wait a minute. But because you had fool's gold. You were still a gold digger. Understand this. Understand the definition of what I'm saying. The gold digger piece was still valid. It still was there. It didn't change at all. And most of our women, they are, because they want the provision. It's the default. Gentlemen, you have to give them what matches. So understand, a woman is going to evaluate a man because of what he has. That's the metrics in which they measure. If you talk, I was telling my friend this the other week. If a woman meets a guy and he can be wonderful, he can treat her nice and all that stuff, when she go back to talk to her friends, all girl, and all that crap, right? The first thing her friends are they ain't gonna say, girl, what do he look like? How tall? They ain't gonna say that. The first thing they gonna say out their mouth is, what do he do? In other words, how much gold he get? That's the first freaking thought. Now, on the other hand, if you had a man, if he talks about a woman, starts talking about that woman to his friends, the first thing to do is his friends are going to say, man, what she look like? That's our default. Then they may say, well, what's she like? What's her hair like? Is her hair real? That's what men at this level say. They're going to say, is her hair real? Is her hair real? Do she got, is her eyes her actual color, or is they fake color eyes? Do her eyelashes look like they belong on a doggone Volkswagen Beetle, or are they her natural eyelashes? Did she shave off her doggone eyebrows with a razor and draw them craps on with a marker? Yes or no? All that stuff is going to matter. All of those pieces matter for the man. Now, in the same way that women use how much gold does he have as a metrics for how you associate what level of man that is, right? You have that. So you have to also understand that the man has the other part too. People don't like to often acknowledge that, but that is, in fact, a thing. I would love to hear what you guys got to say. I would love to hear what you guys got to say. Now, some people say that these things don't matter. And, you can say whatever you want. Oh, well, that doesn't matter. A man doesn't, okay. All right, whatever. If you're a chick and you have never been a man, you can't tell me that. I can tell you a great portion of things that a man will think, because I've been a man for a very, very, very long time. Now, it's a lot of things that I cannot say in regards to a woman, but I do know nature. I do know defaults. I know what is just a natural instinctive behavior. Now, you can always say, well, not everybody's like that. Don't even present that as your argument, because they ain't gonna do nothing but just piss a thinking person off. You have to talk about it from a broader perspective. So if you have 99% of people doing something, and then you have 1% who doesn't, you can't concentrate on the 1%. Well, I know somebody who didn't have, okay, I got you. But what about the other doggone 2,000 people that you know? What about those? Where else are you getting this information from? By and large, women seek a man that will create a particular degree of provision and protection for them. You're gold diggers. That's what you are. In other words, you're just seeking somebody that has a value that can provide and protect. It's very simple. It's not rocket science. And men, when they look around, they're looking for certain things. People say, well, my man, okay, all right, I got you. All right. How long y'all been married? Oh, you haven't been. Okay, well, great. All right, well, we talking about something different then. See, my place in my platform, I focus, and I've always talked about marriages. I always talked about How does that thing tie in? Because if you ask most women that are gold diggers, if you ask them if they like to be married, most of them say yes. Not all of them, of course, but most of them. If you ask 10 of them, 9 of them will say that they would like to be married. And that 10th one that said that they don't, usually if you talk to them for longer than 3 minutes, they will say, well, actually I do. I just don't want to acknowledge it. Like I was talking to someone the other day and they said, well, I just know that I'm afraid of commitment. So I don't allow myself to be like that. Or I try to make the environment weird so I don't have to commit. But I want it, but I just don't know how to do that. And I said, well, you probably need to go speak to someone about that, because that's a deeply seated issue. That's something that's kind of derived from the time you were very small, and you have to talk to someone. You have to talk that thing through with someone. It's very, 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 very consistent. These patterns are very consistent. I'm a music person, and so I'm very cerebral in my processing, not only in music, but also in my businesses and whatnot. I handle things from a very specific way. When I'm doing contracts, when I'm doing any types of negotiations, I look at it first from what the nature of the people are. What's the nature of this industry? What is the nature of this person? How do they move? What's a normal way of action for these people? So once you understand, watch this, once you understand the natural and default behavior patterns of certain people in certain industries, you know how you can walk into the negotiation. Because you do know that a man encountering a woman entering into a potential marriage situation is in fact a negotiation, because somebody has something that the other person wants. So in this case, women by and large want gold, by and large, and men by and large are attracted to things that catch their eye and grab their attention from that perspective. That's the by and large piece. Now, from then, this is the jumping spot. That's where you jump from. Then you go into the other parts. Then you can start talking about how do they behave? What's their relationship like with their fathers? What's the relationship like with the mothers? If you have a dude, ladies, who despises his mother, you can't hook up with that man, because he's going to treat you just like he treats his mom. It's just a matter of time. If he hated his mom, he's going to eventually hate you. And of course, I know some people that don't. Listen, dude, knock it off. By and large, you're talking about from a generalized perspective. A man who treats his mother well will more than likely treat you well, ladies. Gentlemen, if you have a girl who can't stand her father, she don't know her, that she's going to have some issues with walking into an environment with you, because here's what's happening. You are literally replacing the responsibility of the father. And will someone please tell me, what was the responsibility of the father in the doggone household? The father's responsibility was to provide and protect the daughter. We have a culture in a society where everything is so off and twisted that most of our women, not all of them, but most, a great portion of our women, let me say it that way, a great portion of our women don't even have relationships with their fathers. So what do you think they're going to have? What kind of relationships do you think that they're going to forge and have with you, gentlemen? If they thought their father wasn't crap, ultimately they'll think you ain't crap. And Lord help you if you ain't got no gold. Ooh. Ooh. She will run over you like a truck. This is just the way it goes. Quite often we think this stuff. Quite often we think that we don't think that any of these points have any validity to them, but they do. If you have a girl who can't stand her dad, she's more than likely going to get the crap away from you. I've known people, and I've been in scenarios before. I'm asking somebody, hey man, what's your relationship like your dad? Oh, I don't know my dad. What? So you don't know your dad at all? No. Do you even think to connect with your dad? You just going by what your mother told you? Which statistically, many of our women are speaking purely from emotion and not logic. So you don't know what kind of random crap that she told you about your dad. You need to go have a conversation with him. Find out find this dude and go find out what happened. I know a lot of people who have had kids and crap, and the dude is nowhere to be found. And so all the commentary and all the stuff that's being said concerning that guy is all being derived from the woman who's just been pissed off. So she's throwing this information out there. So you got all this bad press with this dude. So then you have these sons that are being raised with this information. And then we're wondering why we have a whole generation of males who aren't men. They don't even have the information of men. So they can't recognize gold when they see it. So when they should be stockpiling gold to put themselves in a particular position or have themselves in a way, a realm of thinking that says, hey, wait a minute, man. I got the juice. Now I got the mots. I got the doggone bags of gold. So when a woman that's naturally and instinctively a gold digger comes around, she'd be like, oh shoot, that dude got the gold. I want to link up with him. Now, if she fits aesthetically what this dude is looking for, she ain't out of shape. She's got her junk together. She's got her own stuff. She's not argumentative. She's not creating a nest with a bunch of thorns and glass and that crap. Then that man is going to instinctively have a desire to provide and take care of that woman. But we don't like to talk about that. We always like to put this stuff in a broad and random perspective as if these things don't have value, don't have validity to them. This is a very, 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 very true and specific concept. Are you following what I'm saying? Now, there's going to be some people that don't fit in these categories. Now, there's going to be some people that just don't fit. They don't fit. This is a okay. Check this out. This is a okay. Do you guys remember me talking about you can't have a culture that embraces everything that's fake as normal and think that it's not going to affect the rest of that culture? Now, I've talked about that, and I've been quoting that thing for a very, very, very long time. I've been saying it for a very, very, very long time. Something that I came up with just in my studies and I said, that this is amazing. We're watching cultures that keep embracing fake as normal. Now, what will happen if a culture that embraces everything that's fake never learns to recognize gold or diamonds in their truest and purest form? So here's where this thing gets really, really, really interesting. So now you have the strange interpretation of gold diggers. Now you got the other one. Now you just don't have the natural default understanding of gold diggers, meaning a woman that just naturally desires a man that has the gold, that makes the freaking rules, that has the balls up in his piece, that can get stuff done and make decisions and be very specific about what he chooses. And he has a very detailed understanding of how to navigate. That's one type of a person. That's one type of a man. But what happens when the gold is fake? What happens when those that seeking the gold don't know the difference between actual gold and fake gold, or a real diamond versus a fake diamond, right? So now you have a culture where the entire thing is off. So now the man's interpretation of a golden lady is a stripper, or it's someone that constantly abuses the man verbally, or abuses the man physically, or abuses the man psychologically. This is a very prominent piece. Then you'll have the other side of it. You have cases where you get a fool, a dude that knocked the crap out of a girl and hit her, which I think is insane. That's freaking off too. So now you got this whole freaking idea, and these people are off. The movement is off. So instead of them being a natural gold digger and a dude that has a doggone gold mine filled with valuable diamonds and doggone stones, everybody's freaking off. Everything about the scenario is fake. That's why I did the training. I said, I want you guys to really, really, really understand. I want you to understand there is a method and a way that you begin to recognize diamonds. How do you recognize somebody that has value? How do you do that? Go to rwjojohill.com, guys. I want you guys to do that. Go to rwjojohill and grab that training. The recognizing the diamond piece, and we've talked about this before. I think it's one of our best trainings. And you'll get 50% off of that thing today too. I think it's going through the end of the month, through the end of 28th, right? So the 28th, it goes, use the promo code Golden Lady and you'll get 50% off the training. 50% off. I don't think we've ever done a 50% off of that training before. And then anything else you want to get in the store, you can go to use promo code of NY2021 and you'll get 15% off purchases over $50 as well. So make sure you guys go over there and support. And then so there are some people that said they want to support via the Cash App, via what's the other thing we got? What's the other thing? Oh, Cash App and PayPal. Okay, so you can go to $RW Jojo Hill for Cash App, make your donations there. And then serving RWH at Gmail is the PayPal. Now, the Recognizing Diamond training now is some great pieces in there. I want you to know this also. This will also be a part of that training. How to know if you are truly valuable to a visionary man. Now, men that have gold and have great value and worth typically are visionaries. Let me say it again. Typically, those types of men are visionaries. Visionary men don't connect themselves with fools. Let me say what I said again. Visionary men don't connect themselves with women who are foolish. They don't do that. A man that understands his worth and his weight, he knows his weight in gold, as it were. He already knows that it's certain things that women are going to be attracted to. Why the heck do y'all think that men, ladies, let me say this to you. Why do y'all think that men work so hard to acquire the gold? Because we know y'all mugs like gold. This ain't rockets. It's very simple. The concept is very, very, very simple. We know y'all like shiny cars. So what do we get? We get shiny cars. We know y'all like nice stuff. We know y'all like dudes that are put together. So you know what we do? We get nice stuff and we put ourselves together. You know why? Because that's the natural default. We know that y'all going to be attracted to that. So we don't think of it as robbery when a woman recognizes what we have. Do y'all understand what I'm saying to you? It's not it's not a trick. It's not something that we think of as strange. It's like, oh yeah, this is, well, what the heck did I work so hard for? Yeah, of course. I expect, what the crap you talking about? I expect you to want to connect with me. You should want to connect with me if I don't bust my butt to land at this level. Of course. So ladies, you can't be surprised. Like, we're not surprised. Like, not a dude that really understands his stuff. Here, you know, I understand that. I'm not surprised at that at all. That makes perfect sense. Oh, because I was a nerd and y'all didn't like me. I was a nerd and I ain't have nothing in high school or in junior high school, whatever. They'd be like, oh, I'm going to bust my butt. And then when they go get their junk, they show up at the class reunion and all the chicks that y'all mugs thought was cool, that was smoking weed in the bathroom and drinking beer and all that kind of crap behind the bleachers, all that crap. And now they look like they're 195 years old because they kidneys and crap is shutting down. Now y'all looking at the dudes that was the nerds that was, I ain't smoking that, man. You crazy. Why would I smoke that and I watch what it did to you? Why would I drink that and I saw what happened to the other mugs that did that? That person understands I have a particular level of worth. My worth is higher. So of course I expect women to respond to me like this. I expect them to do this. That's normal. So a dude wouldn't be surprised at that. So don't think because you're a gold digger, ladies, that you're surprising the dudes that have the gold. No, the dudes that have the gold understand I've worked this hard to acquire gold, and I know that this is something that's going to naturally attract people that desire gold. It's not rocket science. It's very simple. The problem is when many of our women don't acknowledge and accept the fact that it's a hierarchy. This is a hierarchy. This is a way of natural progression. The dude that has a certain caliber and status will always land with a certain type of woman. That's why people often say that when these dudes get money, they become brand new or they get strange and now they gonna go get a white girl or they gonna go get a Asian girl. No. Those people understand at a certain level in their gold pilgrimage, at a certain level in their gold acquisition period, they already know that it's going to attract a certain person. So certain gold diggers, as it were, can only be accessed after you have so much gold. But if you don't accept that and understand that as a standard movement, you'll think that, oh, well, they just got to this point and they just changed. No, they just have enough gold now to access those that's on that level. Their previous gold levels was just too low. It's like playing Mario. You can't even get in you can't even go in certain tunnels and pipes and crap unless you have so many gold rings. You got to get them. You got to get them junks. And if you don't, you go up to them doors, them junks will not open. You don't have enough coins. Your coinage ain't right. And ladies are just naturally attracted to those that have a particular level of coinage. They just are. Pop over to the website, guys, rwjojohill.com, and grab this Recognizing the Diamond. Is 50% off using the promo code of, Golden Lady? Golden Lady. Use the promo code of Golden Lady and you'll get 50% off at checkout. And then, of course, if you use a promo code of NY2021, you'll get 15% off all purchases over $50. All right. I'm going to say the last couple pieces, guys, and then I'm going to let you guys roll. And if you guys have any comments, if you'd like to pop on the show, go ahead and pop in there. You'll see a link. We'll put a link down there in the comment section so you can access the show on the night. Okay, now go in the comment sections and you guys should see something from us there, and it'll be a link there. If you hit that link, we'll bring you in the queue, put you in the green room, and then we'll bring you on and we can talk about it. Are most women gold diggers? What's your perspective? Or are a lot of these men just minds with nothing in them? I'd love to hear what you guys got to say. Do that. Now, if you're a gold digger that's in the negative box and perspective of that, okay? If you're in that, do you have the capacity to change? Do you have the capacity to switch? Because being a gold digger is a natural thing for women. We talked about that. And a man having gold should be the normal. A man. It's a reason that even in the so-called Bible, in the so-called scriptures, when Eve was presented to Adam, Adam was already in his junk. He already had stuff. That mug was standing in his own doggone field, his own eating crap. He had all his own stuff, the whole 9 yards, right? She didn't have to figure out what he was going to do for her. He was already doing it. So gold is a normal process. It's a normal thing. It's like the prospector on doggone Toy Story. Turn me around, Bullseye, so I can see. The prospector. Listen, he understood something. Because gold has value. Women would like to be connected to men that have value. Gentlemen, if you don't know that, you're going to be swole. Because what's going to happen is you'll think, oh, man, she just won me because of my money. Yeah, she does. What the crap? What else? What else is the metrics? What, because you look good? Okay, that's going to be very relative, because good looks don't pay the bills. Good looks does not provide security. Good look, it just doesn't do it. It doesn't do it. But if you don't understand that, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to be swole. You have to understand. If you guys are going to pop on, go ahead and do that. You click on the link. Sign in over there, and you should be able to pop in, and we'll see you, and we can bring you on the show on the night. We're going to do that here in these next few minutes. So if you guys want to pop on, make sure you do that. Watch this. Let me see here. I just did something here. I ain't had no business. All right. Okay, guys. Now check this out. I want to show you guys something here. I'm going to take you guys to the site. Pop over to the site. Now, there's a couple things I want to share with you guys and show you that's over in the website. There's several things, several trainings over there I think will be very, very effective for you guys, and that will help you guys out. Of course, the Recognizing the Diamond training there. 12 Keys to Knowing Why You Need a Prenup is a very powerful training as well, and that's, you know, that's a really exclusive piece as well. A Bridge Called Depression, of course, is one of our favorites. It's a very transparent training that we had there. Black Men Protect Her and She Will Respond. That V-book, that training as well. Incredible piece. I'm telling you guys, if you protect them, she'll respond. If you provide, she'll respond. I'm telling you, it's just the way it works. Constant relationship failure is another powerful, powerful training that we have that we're offering as well. If you guys get anything that's over $50, if you use the promo code of NY2021, you'll get 15% off of all those products as well. Has religion stopped your blessing? Ooh-wee. That training there is so heavy because it's a whole lot of people that are claiming to be Christians and they keep wondering why they single. They single as crap because they think that religion is going to solve the problem, and it ain't. So that's you got to go ahead and get rid of that belief system. All right. How do you see is another very powerful training. Having sight does not give you vision. Just because you have sight does not mean that you have vision. And based upon how you see will also determine how you respond. If you see a person as a fool, you're going to treat them and act like they're a fool. If you see them as a bag of gold, you will treat them like gold. So the question is, how do you see? How to monetize your creativity is another very powerful, powerful training. Now, listen, if you guys want several of the trainings, if you inbox me or send me a message of some sort, we can try to put together a wonderful package. I don't know why I'm even saying this. I'm sure we can do it, right? All right. So we'll be able to put together a wonderful package for you guys so you guys can participate in those trainings. But of course, if you use those promo codes, you will get some substantial percentages off. I still can't find my soulmate is another one. It was Valentine's Day this weekend. There was a whole lot of empty beds and cold ankles because y'all still can't find your soulmate. And do you know why? What you believe will affect how you see. We talked about that as well. It's a very specific reason why. I'm with a fool. I'm engaged or married to a fool. Now, what should I do now? So a whole lot of our ladies have been bugging out on that training. They've been bugging the crap out on that training because a great portion of our ladies have connected themselves with somebody who was an absolute fool because they ignored all the signs. If you don't understand what you're looking for, you won't recognize what the heck they are. You won't recognize that they're a fool. So you'll connect with them thinking that you're changing them. Let me help you guys real quick. You can't change them. You can't. If it's a fool, he's a fool. He's going to be a fool. No, you cannot change him from being a fool. You have to leave them mugs for the crap they are. In the so-called scriptures, it was a chick. It was a chick named Abigail. And Abigail was married to a fool. And he said all kind of crap. King David, the character David, went and started talking to this dude. And he's trying to get some stuff done. Dude, like, man, get the F out of here, Nilka. And David got real mad. He was going to kill this dude. He's going to come and just destroy the whole city. But his wife, Abigail, she came back. She was like, oh, listen, my Lord, please, man, don't. My husband, he's a fool. You know, whatever. So David was like, all right, I ain't gonna jack y'all up because this chick got some sense. Long story short, the dude ended up in his foolish mindset. He ended up dying, getting killed or some crap. David found out the dude was dead. So David sent back for the chick and said, yo, we'll get that chick Abigail. She's smart. She was just married to a freaking fool. She was with an idiot. So now this dude is gone. So David sent for him. Now listen, I've talked about Gwen and I've talked about David. Now David saw, hey man, this chick got some sense. I'm gonna go get her. And Gwen, a lot of time, will have your freaking man. Another powerful training that we have here. Is it fair for her to go half with him? 11 keys that most visionary men expect at his table. Now, one of the things that you have to understand is that man that has his own goal don't expect you to go half with him on the bills. He don't expect you to go half with him on the bills. Let me say it again. A man that has his own stuff, he don't expect you to go half on the bills. Now, he may say, oh, all right, well, that's cool. You can do something here if you want. But understand, the household is not going to fall apart if you don't participate in the payments because that's my job. That's my gig. I'm going to carry the bulk of that. You know why? He who has the gold makes the rules. I ain't saying she's a gold digger. That's a whole nother something. You got to understand that. Is sleeping with the enemy the best option? Is another powerful training that we have there as well. And I'm going to show you guys these next couple, and then we're going to pop out of that. It's not on God to find your diamond. God is not going to find your mate for you. Get the crap out of here. God is not going to find your diamond for you. So if you think he is, you might as well knock that crap off. That's not real. God is not going to do that, because God gives you wisdom. He gives you insight, and he gives you the ability to function in wisdom. Now, if you don't function in wisdom, hey man, just understand. You're going to be by yourself because you keep thinking that God's going to do it, and God is not going to do it. Get the crap out of here. All right. Money, Misdirection, and Mayhem is a very powerful training that we did as well. We talked about the powerful has used this on all of the powerless for centuries. One of the sweetest and most craziest and bizarre things that those with power has ever done is make people that's poor think that they have a choice. And we talked about that in that training. Predict your own future. Plan for it. That's another very powerful training that we have. Powerful, powerful piece. You can predict your own future simply by planning for it. Now, these things kind of go hand in hand with the recognizing the diamond piece. And the recognizing the diamond is going to really help, because it's going to help you begin to streamline how you think in regards to what you see. But if you don't understand that what you're looking at can have value or not, you won't see it. So you'll ultimately miss that. All right. Okay, guys, listen, if you have questions, you guys want to pop on the show, make sure you come on, pop over, click on the link, pop on in, and we'd love to speak with you for just a moment if you so choose. We have a few more minutes here, and then we are off the air. Thank you guys for hanging out with us, of course. We'll do another piece, I believe, this week. I think our day is Thursday as well. And we're going to be talking about this piece has gotten kind of interesting, because a lot of the men that have worked their butts off to land at a certain level have been asking these questions like, what the crap are these chicks expecting? And then the women have also questions. And those questions have been, what do men want from us? See, for us, it's very simple. I told you guys this a long time ago. This is what men want. Don't be argumentative. Bang the crap out of them. Make them a sandwich. Shut the crap up. It's a very simple equation. Now, that's an overly extended, simplified version of that equation, but it's a lot of truth in that. There's a lot of truth in that. A man that has built for years a particular level of lifestyle, they're not gonna go back and forth about certain things. It's just not gonna happen. I do my suits and stuff are custom. I get custom clothes and all that kind of thing. And I was sharing with someone the other day. Those of us that have that type of platform of movement, right? This is how it works. We're kind of used to things having a very smooth flow to them. And if you create things and environments that make that flow not be smooth, we don't want to deal with you. Not because we just want to toss you out and throw you away. That's not it. It's just that if we're used to, okay, I want my tie to match the inside liner of my coat, of my jacket. I want the back of my tie to be reflective of that. We just say, okay, how much is it? Just get more material to make that happen, because I want my clothes to look a certain kind of way, or I want my fits to be a certain way, or I want this type of thing. I want to wear this. I want it to look like that. That thinking is just a normalized set of movements for people at that level. So if you present them with, if you present people at that level with constant resistance that creates friction, they're not going to deal with that. They'd rather leave you where you are and go with someone that's not going to create that extra friction for them. Do you follow me? That's not a normalized set of thinking. So conflict and crap is like, what? I'm not going to come home and have conflict. That's insane. I'd rather not deal with you. So it's like you're bringing all this other stuff in the equation, and then you're wondering why the men are like losing their freaking mind. They're like, oh, heck no, I'm not dealing with that. I'm not dealing with a woman who creates these types of things in my mind, because I want to occupy my mind space. I want to occupy my mind space with the idea and the concept of what's going to create more resources. How do I get more gold? In other words, how do I build more value and more things that I can pass down generationally? How do I do that? And I'm not going to do that going back and forth with you talking about who you talking to. Who are you talking to? Oh my gentlemen, if you are worth your gold, if you are worth your weight in gold, do not deal with a woman like that, because she will cause you to have crap in your head and you will lose your mind. Can't do it. Can't do it. It's going to be some people that think that crap is normal. Like I heard somebody talk about how some women always create arguments just because they like the makeup sex. Are you out of your freaking mind? So you create nothing but turmoil and garbage just so you can angrily bang somebody? Are you an idiot? That's insanity. That's freaking insane. Listen to me. A man that's building generational wealth, he ain't got time for that. You have to understand, like, it's certain things that you're going to have to do for that man. It's certain things. That's the trade-off. If you want access to the gold, this is the trade-off. But you don't like to think that it's a trade-off. Y'all don't like to think it's a trade-off. You think, well, a man is just supposed to accept you for who you are. No, that's not true at all. That's not true. If you think that, you're foolish. It's just not the way it goes. Now, if who you are fits what he needs, he will accept you for who you are. But if what you are does not fit what he needs, he's not going to accept you for who you are. Not this kind of man. Not a man that has gold. He's not going to do it. A man that understands his worth and a man that understands his value and stuff, he's not going to do that. He want to deal with your behind for 5 seconds. I know a lot of people that's dope. They look beautiful. They are dope as crap. You're like, golly, man, this chick is dope. But you are a fool. And I wouldn't go towards you with a 10-foot pole. You are an absolute fool. No, and no again. I'm good. And guys that understands that level, that's what they say. I'm good. I'm not dealing with that. Nope. I'd rather deal with somebody who's it's gonna sound weird. I'd rather deal with somebody who's half your age, if they are, if a person is in their 40s or 50s, something like that. They say no. I'd rather deal with somebody who's half your age, who doesn't give me and bring me all that crap, because I'm not gonna have to deal with all that stuff. I'd rather deal with somebody who doesn't have any of the drama, and I can continue to do what I do. That's why when you look at it, I just saw Lionel Richie, 71 years old. Lionel has now hooked up with this woman. She's 30. I think she's 29 or 30. She's 30. That girl is younger than his daughters. He like, I don't give a crap. She fits the image. She fits the body type. She fits the no stress. So he like, okay, I got the gold. I make the freaking rules. You want access to my gold, right? So people say, well, she's a gold digger. I'm positive she's a gold digger. She should be. I think if our women understood how to recognize real gold, understand how to recognize the real diamonds, then you should be a person that seeks out diamonds, or a person that seeks out gold. If you're a gold digger, you doggone right. Bust that ground open and try to find where the gold is at. Because when you get to it, the gold is going to have its own set of parameters too. Don't think you're just going to float in there. Well, you just accept me for who I am. No. Not a person that has gold. People that got a bag of beans, they accept all that other random crap. A chick poking them in their head and slapping them and screaming at them and saying all kind of crap to them. A dude that don't have nothing, they accept that. Not a person that has gold. Gold people don't do that. It's not real. It's just not a part of how they function. I love to hear what you guys got to say. Make sure you guys click like and share. Do that. Go over to the website, rwjojohill.com, and support and grab some of these trainings. You guys are going to need them. I promise you. It will help you. rwjojohill.com. If you guys would like to donate to the show and support the show, please do that. At the Cash App is Cash App sign rwjojohill, rwjojohill. Anything that you guys would decide to drop would be fantastic. We don't mind. We are not going to give it back. All right. Go over there and grab that training. Use promo code for Recognizing a Diamond for 50% off through the 28th of this month for Valentine's Day. We're going to do that. Recognizing a Diamond. Because we're going to try to get some of you guys to not be single for Valentine's Day next year. If y'all just do it the crap we're trying to get y'all to do. But you have to invest. Only a fool would not invest in themselves. Invest. Well, man, that's just too much. What the crap you mean it's too much? So you expect the dude that's going to walk in, that's in the top 1 to 5% of the earners in the freaking country, and then particularly to my black people, you want all of that access, but you don't want to invest? Invest, because we have to get you to understand what the crap that these dudes want. If you don't know what the crap that men like this want, you're not going to understand what the crap you're doing. You're not going to understand it. I've been teaching this crap for years. If you think that you can just present anything to a man, it's not going to work. You have to know what the crap he's looking for. How do you recognize it? It's some things in your behind that you're going to have to fix. It's some stuff in you that you're going to have to fix. Ladies, it's some stuff in you that you'll have to change and adjust. But are you willing to make that adjustment? Are you willing to make that change? Are you willing to change anything? If you're not, just expect to be by yourself. It's very plain and simple. I've said this for years. Just expect to be by yourself. I went through a conversation with someone a few months ago, and they were going, oh, I got all these different people, and I got 15 different dudes. I'm like, listen, man, listen. You're delusional. If you think that you have the pick of 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 men, like dudes that understand how to make choices very fast, you don't have that. You may have a bunch of males. It may be some dudes that's just talking. But men don't think like that. That's like I was talking about my guy, my friend. Dude, he told the girl, he said, man, listen, let me tell you something. And y'all heard me talk about this for a year. I told him, I said, man, you can't piss around with these girls. You got to tell them when you come out that doggone gate, listen, man, let me tell you something. I freaking like you and I want you. Now, listen, we can do this the hard way. Or we can freaking do this the easy way. The choice is yours. But I, as a man, I've already made the decision. I know that you're her. So since I know that you're her, we're not pussyfooting around. We're not jumping through no freaking hoops. We're not going back and forth. I'm telling you off the gate, gentlemen, and we may talk about that later on this week as well. Y'all got to stop this crap of thinking, okay, I'm going to try to be her friend, and then I'm going to listen. These chicks are sending they are sending Muggs to the doggone friend zone, and Muggs is dying over there. There's skeletons in the friend zone. Just people been in friend zone for 15 to 20. They got 30-year stints in the friend zone, because you can't do that. If you have this level of thus and so, you have to come in with the ability to make decisions very accurately. Hold on, ma'am. Okay, let me walk up. I'm walking up when I'm talking to you. Okay, you already clearly you see that I got gold, right? Oh, yes, because I'm a gold. You're a gold digger. Oh, yes. All right, I recognize that. You're a gold digger. I got gold. Now, let me tell you something. This is where I'm at. I think you will be somebody that I would like to connect with at this romantic level, and I would ultimately like to pursue thus and so. Now, you need to acknowledge very clearly that this is where I am. Acknowledge it. We're not even having another conversation until you properly acknowledge this, because I already know you're a gold digger. I got it. I ain't mad at that. I got gold. I would expect somebody to want the gold that I've prospected all this time. Makes perfect sense. Now, do you acknowledge that this is where I am as it relates to you? I don't want to be your friend. I'm trying to hook up with you. Now, we can be friends, but you need to be very cognizant that this is where I'm at in regards to how I want to approach you. A lot of ladies, I've had the conversation. I'm telling you, a lot of these ladies, these dudes tell me, I'm just trying to be your friend. And then girls be like, okay, well, crap, you're trying to be my friend. And what do? They roll that doggone Rolodex of thoughts, and they put you into a file cabinet that's called friend zone, the nigga. And he just sitting in there, and then he trying to get out. That key works only from one way. It only works from the outside. It can't work. You can't get your way out. You can try to beat that door open. It will not come open because you let that mug drop you in a particular zone. And once you get in that, then she ain't gonna let you out. I'm telling you, she ain't gonna do it. But that's a whole nother conversation, and we're going to talk about that later on, probably later on this week. All right. Okay. You guys, I haven't seen nobody want to pop on. Nobody's trying to pop on the show. Nobody wants to. People always talk about they want to pop on. I want to come on the show. All right. Y'all ain't did it. So we are out of this doggone piece. Win on the doggone night. Now listen, guys, make sure you guys go to rwjojohill.com and support. If you guys want to make a donation to the show, of course, rwjojohill is the Cash App, and then servantrwh@gmail.com is the PayPal John. Now, that's it. That's all we got. All right, man. That's it. All right, guys, it's your friend and brother Robert W. Jojo Hill, the servant, the artist, and the author. I want you guys to be encouraged, be empowered, and most of all, guys, be enlightened. The servant has spoken. And I'm out, this mother.